Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Eliza, and I'd like to introduce you to a little slice of my life. I was born in the year 93 to loving parents. A little background about them. My dad, Oliver, worked in sales until his early retirement. My mum, Doreen, works in the airline industry. Although I was born in Mangalore, I grew up in the United Arab Emirates, where for most of my life I was an NRI, or as I like to call it, a Gulfi. I soon became an older sister to my brother Andrew, who currently works here in Bangalore, and my sister Isabel, who's currently trying to survive the 11th grade. Together, we were three seemingly angelic children with a penchant for mischief, and naturally, I was the ringleader. My childhood was a utopia in itself. For the first 10 to 12 years of my life, I spent playing with my siblings, introducing myself to practically everyone I came across, and getting myself into ridiculous situations. I was not just a curious child, but I was also hyperactive and frequently hungry and thirsty, and so I always wandered off to unknown places, much to the chagrin of my parents. They still remind me of the time when we were traveling from Mysore to Mangalore on a visit, and I wandered off into a bus heading for Shimoga, 3 years of age. Fortunately, my dad found me sipping a random juice box before the bus took off. They were really scared and I didn't get into trouble, but it didn't stop me from wandering about and getting into trouble again. But as I entered my teens, life in the Middle East seemed less fascinating. Things took a turn for the worse. Life dealt us a hard hand, as my dad's health issues did affect us financially and emotionally. I retreated into this bubble, restricting and silencing myself until I was just a mere shell of my former self. My schoolmates thought that I was temperamental and moody, and so they resorted to making fun of me and teasing me, calling me names such as pressure cooker and boil the kettle, which were so common. I said nothing, although I was hurt, because I felt that I would always be that way. I longed to leave all of it behind and I sought to leave that country, but it wasn't until my 12th grade boards got over that I finally got to leave the monotony that was my life and come to the land I call home, India. As I stepped foot on Indian soil, I remember that moment. This amalgam of sights, smells and sounds could not mar that sense of joy and freedom that I felt. It was as though I could feel myself actually breaking out of that fortress that I had built around me, in pure joy, replacing every emotion I had felt up to that point. Everything just felt so overwhelming. Because that was when I smiled, I laughed, and then I spoke. And then, well, I couldn't stop speaking. I was looking forward to finally changing my life. It was my college days, St. Aloysius College in Bangalore, where I met the best friends I ever could. Some of them, of course, joined me here, and they make my day, make every day worth it. And they make this environment so much better. Of course, I did learn a lot of other things. I learned never to judge a book by its cover. I learned to differentiate between real friends and fake friends. But not only that, I also learned to meet people with different opinions. I did have lovely debates with them though. I also got to try different foods, and nothing for me till date beats kanji and dry fish chutney and a beautiful fresh fried bangde. That is my luxury meal till date. Of course, except the traditional Mangalorean dish patradi, which my grandmother, may she rest in peace, used to make. Not only that, I learned so many languages. Well, actually, I didn't learn them. It's a work in progress, fingers crossed. But I also learned to be creative, to let out the inner child that had always left behind. I learned to be this completely different person I got to finally be me. And now when I think back, I realized all those years ago, I was just a quiet mouse in a hole, practically existing. But now, I feel that I'm a lioness, ready to take on the world with a treasure trove of memories and a smile on my face. As I conclude this speech, I'm reminded of a quote I read once. It said, "Be who you needed to be when you were younger." And I realize I certainly am. The question is, are you? Thank you all, and hope you have a wonderful weekend.